whispering only videos, and today I'm doing a magazine reading video. The magazine, it's from the USA. It's called Mechanix Illustrated, and it's still only 25 cents. I think it says here somewhere, oh there we go, it's from December 1960. There we go, December 1960, and I was flicking through eBay, just looking for ideas for videos in the magazine section. A while ago when I saw this one where somebody's built a home-built sub, the skin divers, so they built their own submarine, and that got my, raised a bit of my curiosity about that. This is the how-to magazine, I think they might say, under the flag, so I thought this could be a good idea for a video to find out about how somebody made skin diving platform. Okay. So what I'll do is I might go in close on the words and see what they did. So Aquanauts, Ugo, Androli, and Frank Palazzola, that's it, of Waiting. They're from Levittown, New York. Went to Levittown. They built the two-man submarine shown on these pages from war surplus parts for their underwater pleasure. The craft, constructed in Androli's garage, was built in 6 months. It weighs almost 1,000 pounds on land and cost about $500 to build. Okay, so with Levittown, I have been there a few times. There's a Stop and Shop, and then across the road is a dollar store, and then further up in the parking centre is a Target. There could be other things, and then if you come out of that shopping centre and you go further down the road heading to the west, I think it is, there's the big hardware chain in the USA, which is called I've just forgotten now. We've got Bunnings here in Australia, and Home Depot, that's it, yeah, gosh, it took a little bit to remember. I should know that up, I should know click, I should know that one. Okay, so the two skin divers drew sketches of the sub, then built a small scale model from baby food cans and tested them in the bathtub. Okay, that's pretty good. It's like a picture of them testing their or building their little scale model. The homemade submersible. It's not a submarine. Oh, maybe it is. Submersible is 15 feet long. It says there it's a submarine. And 8 feet wide. The main part of the body is a modified 400-gallon surplus aluminium aircraft wing tank. Side buoyancy and diving platoons are 250-gallon wing tanks. 2 surplus Navy oxygen bottles supply the oxygen. Okay. And power is supplied by 1.5 horsepower 12-volt DC electric motors. The batteries are 2 dry-cell 12-volt marine type jobs. The batteries and motor are housed in a welded steel box under the second cockpit. They sort of thought of it for everything, haven't they? The 3-blade, 10-inch diameter multi-pitch propeller made by Lesnor Marine Company of Floral Park, New York, allows the divers to regulate their speed by manually adjusting the blade to one of 7 pitches. Underwater, the sub will do 3 knots. On surface, it will better 5 knots. That's pretty good. I wonder how many people have read this article in 1960 and decided to have a go at making their own submarine. I don't know the answer. The forward cockpit holds the main controls. 6 handheld operated lever valves control air and water in the buoyancy tanks. 2 levers at the left of the cockpit operate the forward See.